Good day, fellow bettors. Thank you for joining me for another video for your German Bundesliga predictions and betting tips. Today I will be sharing with you my predictions and tips on the match result, card score predictions, which you can use in turn to determine the number of goals expected in a particular game. Also, I will be sharing with you betting tips on the handicap system. And for this year game week, we're going to start on Friday. I'm going to go all the way through to Sunday. And we're going to start things off here on Friday with Borussia Dortmund versus RB Leipzig. And for Borussia Dortmund versus RB Leipzig, I'm expecting Borussia Dortmund to take care of business being at home here. And both teams to score as well. In terms of a double chance, I go with either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying Borussia Dortmund wins this one 3-2. In terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw here, basis being Borussia Dortmund winning by a goal. Alright, so let's go ahead and give you a recap for Borussia Dortmund versus RB Leipzig. I'm expecting Borussia Dortmund to win here at $2.20. I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying we should have a 3-2 victory here for Borussia Dortmund over RB Leipzig, and that's $19 in terms of the odds. On the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take I'm going to go ahead and take a draw, basis being Borussia Dortmund winning by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for Borussia Dortmund versus RB Leipzig, and now we're going to move on to Augsburg versus Werder Bremen. And for Augsburg versus Werder Bremen, I'm expecting here Augsburg to give Werder Bremen a challenge, and so therefore Augsburg being at home, I would go ahead and take Augsburg to beat them here. But we all know that Werder Bremen, they're capable with Fulkrug, capable to come out here and find the victory. So therefore, I'm saying here to watch out Augsburg, but I'm taking Augsburg to beat Bremen, and I'm saying both teams to score as well. In terms of combination bet, I'll go with either to win and both to score, or you could call it a double chance bet as well, whichever one you prefer. Alright, I'm going to take a 2-1 scoreline here in favor of Augsburg. And in terms of the handicap system, now I'm going to go ahead and take a draw here, basis being Augsburg winning by a goal. Alright, so these are my predictions and for Augsburg versus Werder Bremen. And let's just give you the recap. I'm saying Augsburg to win at $2.20. Both teams to score. In terms of double chance, I'd go with either team to win and both to score. And in terms of my correct scoreline prediction, I say we should have a 2-1 victory here for Augsburg over Werder Bremen, and that's $8.50. In terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw, basis being Augsburg winning by a goal, and that's $4.20 if we should have this draw here. Alright, so let's move on to our next game, and our next game will be Bochum versus Schalke. And for Bochum versus Schalke, I'm expecting Bochum to give Schalke a challenge here. It's not going to be easy for Schalke, and so therefore Schalke have to be very wary of Bochum. Bochum, they have been really good at home all season, and so, well, I wouldn't say all season, but they have been doing well at home. They're usually a difficult team to beat at home, and so therefore I wouldn't be surprised that in terms of a double chance, I go with Bochum to win or draw. But I'm going to go out right here and take a draw in this game, and I'm expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of my correct scoreline prediction, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw here. And in terms of a double chance, I go with a draw and under 4.5 goals in total. Right. So quick recap for Bochum versus Schalke. I'm expecting this one to end in a draw at $3.25. In terms of both teams scoring, I'm saying yes, that should be the case. Correct scoreline prediction, I'm saying a 1-1 draw here between Bochum and Schalke. In terms of in terms of another double chance bet, I'll go with a draw and under 4.5 goals in total for the game. Alright, so those are my predictions for Bochum versus Schalke. Now we're going to move on over to our next game, which is Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Freiburg. And for Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Freiburg, I'm expecting Borussia Mönchengladbach to win here. being at home, Borussia Mönchengladbach to win, and both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying Borussia Mönchengladbach wins this one 2-1. And in terms of handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw here. Borussia Mönchengladbach winning by a goal, being the pieces. Alright, so let's roll up and give you a quick recap for Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Freiburg. I'm expecting a Borussia Mönchengladbach to win here at $2.37. In terms of both teams scoring, I'm saying yes, that should be the case. Also, on the in terms of another double chance that you could go with either team to win and both to score. That's $2.40. In terms of my correct scoreline prediction, I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory here for Borussia Mönchengladbach over Freiburg, and that's $9. In terms of the odds on the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw basis, being Borussia Mönchengladbach winning by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for this particular game, and now we're going to move on over to the next game, and the next game here will be Mainz versus Hoffenheim. And for Mainz versus Hoffenheim, now I'm expecting Mainz to be very difficult to beat at home here. They usually are, and bearing in mind Hoffenheim haven't been having the best of seasons for the most part, and so therefore it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Right, so for this particular game, I'm expecting Mainz to go ahead and take care of business here, but I'm not going to count Hoffenheim out, so I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I go with either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying this one ends in a 2-1 victory for Mainz over Hoffenheim. In terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a draw here on the handicap system, basis being Mainz winning by a goal. Alright, so let's just roll up and give you a quick recap here now for Mainz versus Hoffenheim. And I'm expecting Mainz to win at $1.87. And in terms of both teams scoring, I'm going to say yes, both teams should score. And in terms of a double chance, I go with either team to win and both to score, and that's $2.40. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying 2-1 victory here for Mainz over Hoffenheim, and that's $8. In terms of the odds, now on the handicap system, folks, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw here, basis being Mainz winning by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for this particular game, and now we're going to move on to our next game, and our next game will be Union Berlin versus Cologne. And for Union Berlin versus Cologne, I'm expecting Union to be very tough to beat at home here, and so therefore this game between Union Berlin and Cologne should turn out to be a very, very nice one, in a sense. Yeah, as you can see, the head-to-head here, the last 5, Union have won 4, and we have had 1 draw. So therefore, things are heavily stacked in favor of Union. And if you should look on their recent run of form here, let me just show you 53% versus 33%. Yes, 2 losses here for Cologne, and so therefore they're in a bad place somewhat. Let's just go ahead and give you predictions here for Union versus Cologne. I'm expecting Union starting this. Union have been tough to beat at home, and it's the reason why they are in the top 6. And so therefore, I'm taking Union to win this one here. And in terms of both teams scoring, I'm going to say yes, both teams should score. And in terms of double chance, I'm going to go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying that Union wins this one 3-1. Also, in terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Union to win this game by a goal. Alright, so now let's give you a quick recap for Union Berlin versus Cologne. And for Union Berlin versus Cologne, I'm expecting Union to win this one. So, Union Berlin to win this one at $1.95. Both teams to score as well. In terms of a combination bet, I'll go with either to win and both to score. That's $3.25 if that should happen, folks. No, take a note of that. Correct scoreline prediction, I'm saying we should have a 3-1 victory here for Union Berlin over Cologne, and that's $15 in terms of the odds. Now on the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take Union Berlin to win this one by a goal, and that's $3.60. Alright, so let's move on over to our next game, and our next game will be here now, folks. Stuttgart versus Bayern Munich. And for Stuttgart versus Bayern Munich, I'm expecting Bayern Munich to find their way around Stuttgart. Mind you, Bayern Munich have a knock of dropping points away from home every now and again, and so therefore we have to look out for that. So I'm going to take Bayern Munich to win, and I'm going to take both teams to score as well. In terms of a double chance, I go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm going to say Bayern Munich wins this one 3-1. And in terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a bet that y'all don't expect. I'm going to take a draw, basis being Bayern Munich winning by a goal. Alright, so let's just go ahead and give you a quick recap now for Stuttgart versus Bayern Munich. I'm expecting Bayern Munich to win at $1.40. I'm expecting both teams to score as well. And in terms of a double chance, I go with either to win and both to score, and that's $2.15. In terms of correct scoreline prediction, I'm going to say we should have a 3-1 victory for Bayern Munich over Stuttgart here, and that's $10 in terms of the odds. Now on the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw. Yes, a big bet. Yeah, I'm going to get ahead and take a draw, basis being Bayern Munich winning by a goal, and that's $3.80 if that should happen. Alright, so let's move on to our next game now, folks, and this is our penultimate game for this year game week, and this game will be between Bayern Leverkusen versus Hertha Berlin. And for Bayern Leverkusen versus Hertha Berlin, I'm expecting Bayern Leverkusen to find themselves back to their winning ways here at home, and so therefore I'm expecting Bayern Leverkusen. The form is not the best, but I'm expecting them to pull themselves together and do well here against Hertha Berlin. So Bayern Leverkusen to win for me, and both teams not to score. In terms of a double chance, I go with either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying Bayern Leverkusen wins this one 2-0. We could have more goals than that, mind you. And so in terms of the handicap system now, folks, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw. Basis being Bayern Leverkusen winning by a goal. Alright, so let's roll up here. Let's see. Alright, Bayern Leverkusen versus Hertha Berlin. Recap, Bayern Leverkusen to win at $1.53. Both teams not to score. And in terms of a double chance, I go with either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying we should have a 2-0 victory here for Bayern Leverkusen over Hertha Berlin, and that's $7.50. In terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw here, basis being Bayern Leverkusen winning by a goal, and that's $3.60 if that should happen. Alright, now let's move on to our final game for this year game week, and this game is going to be Wolfsburg versus Eintracht Frankfurt. And for this particular game, I'm expecting Wolfsburg to come out and be tough and be hard to beat, and so therefore I'm going to take Wolfsburg to win this one. And we should see the based on the recent run of forms, it hasn't been the best, but the last 5 games Wolfsburg have had 3 wins and 1 draw here and a win for Frankfurt. Alright, so therefore I'm expecting Wolfsburg to win here, expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of a double chance, I go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying Wolfsburg wins this one by the odd goal in 3. And in terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw, basis being Wolfsburg winning by a goal. Alright, so let's roll up and give you this recap for Wolfsburg versus Eintracht Frankfurt. I'm expecting Wolfsburg to win here at $2.30. I'm expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of double chance, I go with either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying we should have a 2-1 victory here for Wolfsburg over Eintracht Frankfurt, and that's $9 in terms of the odds. On the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw here, basis being Wolfsburg winning by a goal. Alright, so that's all the cookie crumbles for Wolfsburg versus Eintracht Frankfurt, and that's all the cookie crumbles for this here week for your German Bundesliga predictions and betting tips. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, share it on your social media pages, and I must thank you once again for joining me, and I must say great luck betting and have a profitable weekend. Thank you.